Am I live? Looks like I might be. Oh my God. I should have fixed my hair before I got on here with everybody. That's if anybody even comes. All I know is this: it looks like we might actually have hired a head coach. We just might have hired an actual head coach. We just might have hired an actual head coach. Matthew Wagonic, hello to you, sir. So, how do you feel? Talk about it. It looks like an agreement in principle has been reached between the Jets and Robert Saleh. Doesn't that feel good? I'm just trying to get ready over here. Doesn't that feel good? Liam, what's up? I'm excited too. What's up, Frank? I really am. I want to tell you something. Saleh wasn't one of my, look, I told you guys, I wanted Matt Campbell or I wanted Greg Roman to get a look. But once this was the group, my two guys were Brian Dable and Robert Saleh. So I think this is an excellent hire. I think that what's been said about him from Kyle Shanahan is that Robert Saleh is one of the more connected guys. And so I think that the staff he's going to put together was something that the Jets drilled him on. I think that's what guys like Joe Brady and even Arthur Smith probably didn't do as well when they talked about the staff they could put together. Joe Brady's not as connected in the NFL. He can't be as Robert Saleh. So I think when they brought in Arthur Smith for the second interview, they just realized, like, hey, dude, Robert Saleh's our guy, and this is what we want to do. This is the guy. Hold on one second. We don't want to let him get away. Wait, hold on. Got JetNation texting me as well. I got to get them a new video. It's funny. I just gave them a video last night about Arthur Smith. Isn't that funny? New York Sports MC, you psyched? Ezra, look at you guys. So talk about it. This is looking like it's actually legit. I'm getting alerts from all over the place. Hey, I'm not looking rough, no name. This is my look, man. This is my real look. This is me. This is what I actually look like. And it's cold in here. So I think that I know I texted Ryan to see if he wanted to go live, but I didn't get a text back. Let's see if he texted me back. No, dude, MC, I see you there. So I asked Ryan if he wanted to go live. He didn't get back, so here we are. Maybe we'll join forces in a little bit. But the thing is, I want to get your guys' take. Good, great, terrible. Where are we? Give me one of those three words. Good, great, terrible. Homeless, dude. No name. What are you doing, buddy? Why are you talking shit like that? This is me. Fucking crisp, clean hair. I'm all showered and shine. Look at the shine. Look at the shine. What are you talking about? Usually I just have a hat on, so all you see is this. I do this too. You want to see my other look? Here we go. That's my look. Better? Right. Good, great, terrible. We got greats. We got one good from Matthew Wagonic says good. I know, KSEF, I feel the same way. The only thing I hope this doesn't lead to is one of the rumors that we heard, which is that Jimmy Garoppolo for Sam Darnold might take place now. I don't want Garoppolo. If that was the choice between the two, I'd rather go with Sam. That's the truth. He already acknowledged and said he is glad to be a part of the Jets. There you go, Thomas. Thank you. Thor says great. Matthew says good. Joe Corsello thinks it's great. Ezra says it's great. Logan Kraft, great. Griffin Ellis, great. Thomas Stevens, great. John Post is here. What's up, buddy? Great. New York Sports MC says it's great. Saleh could change the Jets franchise for decades to come. I agree, dude. I really do agree. Look, he's never been a head coach before, so we do have that to overcome. But like I said, there have been numerous reports that Saleh is connected with the next wave of very talented coordinator up-and-comers. So, like I saw somebody said LaFleur. Interestingly, LaFleur is out of the top three, which is McDaniels, Kafka, and LaFleur. LaFleur is my number three. I think McDaniels or Kafka. I would love Kafka. I really do. I really would. And he's the offensive coordinator of the Kansas City Chiefs, as you guys probably already know. Who else? Michael Perlamo says great. Brandon Rydell says great. KSEF says concerned. KSEF, talk about it, man. Talk about it. Frank says great. Ray, so happy. Let's go, baby. Austin, I'm with you. Let's build it. D. Alexander, Thomas, all you guys, man. This is good overall. D. Alexander says Kafka. I know. I feel like Kafka should be the guy. But if you talk to Matt O'Leary, which I do often, he's a big believer. I love you, Derek. What did I say? Did I not say the Chiefs? I might be fried out. But Matt's a big Mike McDaniels guy. And I am too, from the 49ers. Okay. So he's Kyle Shanahan's right-hand man. And I think that if we were able to bring him in as offensive coordinator, and what do you guys think of maybe Aaron Glenn for defensive coordinator? I really don't believe that they brought him in as a head coaching candidate. It seems like a reach. So I feel like they may have interviewed him just to be able to pass the paperwork on to the guy that they wanted to hire. I love Aaron Glenn back in the building. I just feel like we got someone who at least has some personality. I don't know enough about him, but Gase was so toxic. Anyone is better. I'm going with great again. Good for you, No Name, you fuck, calling me homeless. That's okay, because I happen to agree with you on this one. I had a lucky streak at Arthur's tonight. What do you mean lucky streak? What'd you do? You mean Arthur's Steakhouse? I just put that in my last video. That's funny. I'm like, Arthur Smith. They should have taken Arthur Smith to Arthur's Steakhouse. Makes sense, right? And then I said, you know what? I haven't been to Arthur's in like 20 years. So when I go back up north, I'm going to Arthur's. I am. If you guys haven't been to Arthur's Steakhouse, you got to get in there. It's one of the best steaks I've ever had. No one can say anything about Joe D. Right, dude? Ben Collins. I agree, man. I agree. John Holton. There you are. There you are, buddy. I want Kafka for OC now, as do I. I might lean towards McDaniels, but I'm right there. The only guy, out of the three, unless you could bring LaFleur as like the quarterback coach or something, is LaFleur I'm not as high on. I wouldn't be unhappy, but I'm a little bit less high on LaFleur than I am on the other two guys that are rumored to be the top three choices for our offensive coordinator. How do you think he'll fit the CEO role? Well, here's the thing, Liam, is that I think that's what the Jets were drilling people on. You know, that was the whole basis of their interview process. We don't want a guy that's just going to do the one side of the ball thing. That's not what we want. We had that with just the last few years. We had it with Rex Ryan. We had it with Todd Bowles, and we had it with Adam Gase, and it's just not working. Yeah, sure, McVay's doing great up there with it, but it's not everybody it doesn't work all the time. You need a leader, and we haven't had one since Bill Parcells. He was the last actual leader that we have. So I think if Joe Douglas feels good about that, Liam, I feel like that's I feel good about it. I swear I'm so hyped. Thor, I am too. I want to go tackle someone. Fuck it, go tackle someone, man. You don't need to play games like that, Thor. Bring one of your figurines, grab maybe the Predator and Harley Quinn, and just run out into the street and tackle people. It'll be fine. Tell them Green Bean sent you. Mud Files, what's up, buddy? Let's go, Bean. We got our guy along with our OC. Do you know who the OC is? Did they say it yet? 5-year deal. Good. So he's lockstep with Joe D. You see how they're doing it? This is smart. Joe Douglas just put his career tied to Robert Saleh. Now, how does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? How does that make, right? Isn't that amazing? So I think he'll be good in the CEO role. Let me read some of your comments. This proves General Manager Joe Douglas knows what he's doing, and being a friend means nothing to him when it comes to this thing. Gase gone, and he didn't even give Peterson a look. Well said, Holton. Well said. What'd you say? Ryan is live. All right. Yeah, I know I texted him. I think O'Leary just got back to me. Let me see what he's doing. Hold on. Oh, Matt O'Leary's working. Hold on. O'Leary can't do it. Do you think it's going to be LaFleur? Is that what they said? Do you guys know if LaFleur was already picked? Did they already say that? It's funny because that's out of the three. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Out of the three, he was the one I wanted least. Maybe we can get McDaniels as the quarterback coach, but most likely he's probably staying with Kyle Shanahan. Well, you know how that goes. It's great that he got to game plan against Sam this year. He'll have a good opinion on what to do with the quarterback. Right. Saleh's going to run the shit out of this team or beat the shit out of anyone who doesn't listen. Corsello, that is a good way to look at it, man. Eagle Fang, we're getting LaFleur. All right. OC, he is coming. So they did say it, huh? Poor Matt. I know, right? Of all the times to work. I think he's doing his Islanders thing now, right? He's got that pretty sweet gig. I'm going to open my bottle of Chianti. There you go. Go get some brains with it. Schefter tweeted it. So he tweeted LaFleur. He's hired. Yes. Okay. All right, man. Well, LaFleur is the running game coordinator over in San Francisco. So McDaniels was the passing game coordinator. But if he hired him that quick, he must believe he's the guy. And if Joe Douglas, it's almost like they came as a package. So I think that's pretty awesome. I feel like I said, he was top three. But for me, I would have liked to have seen Kafka or McDaniels, but LaFleur's fine. Dark Demonic, by the way, Green Bean Mike. So Eagle Fang is Dark Demonic? Wait, Eagle Fang, Dark Demonic, by the way, Green Bean Mike. So you got three. Is that Eagle Fang? Are you Dark Demonic? Is that what it is? Sal Mandor, let's see. Yes, okay. Schefter said it's Mike. Got it. Okay, guys. Well, that's good. We need to look at him not so much as a schemer, but as someone who was going to manage the team and bring the culture JD wants. Shadow Maniac, I could not agree more. That's the most important thing. We don't, and this is why when everybody was talking about like Joe Brady or Arthur Smith, it's to take nothing away from them for their offenses, that they've been creating. It's like clearly they're doing well, right? They seem to be good at their job, but that's not what we want. Adam Gase was supposedly an offensive guru. Rex Ryan was a defensive mastermind, right? Todd Bowles, defensive mastermind. Bruce Costlett years ago, offensive mastermind. Joe Walton, offensive mastermind. We need the CEO. We need a leader of men. We need him to be fucking bald. And you see, like, look at Saleh's traps. You see his traps, like when he pumps. Dude, he works out with the guys. They respect him. So he's going to sit in there and work out with them. JD proved himself here. It's what you know, not who you know. Exactly. Fuck, dude, Strickland, well said, man. Well said. It's not about who you know. Peyton Manning called Chris Johnson and wooed him to hire the Biggest Loser. What do you guys think of? It's rumored that Adam Gase is top of the Eagles list. It's crazy, right? When is the press? I know I want it now. I'm going to be staying up all night, like hitting F5, as Ryan would say. F5, just suck it in. You know what I mean? I want more. Yeah, dude, I agree. 49ers are going to feel that loss. All right, Eagle Fang. Well, that's cool. Now, are you changing your name to Eagle Fang? So we just look for that now, or is this just another handle that you're using tonight? Is that backwards? I thought LaFleur was the running game coordinator. So he's the passing game coordinator. I had it reversed. Yeah, Hannibal Lecter. I know what you're getting at over there. I got it. Yeah, sorry. You know how it goes, guys. There's a lot going on. I'm stoked as can be, Joe Montori. This is a good one, right? Got it. Eagle Fang. So that's you from now on. I see. We got our coach today, too. Congrats, y'all. Got a good one. I agree, Robert Atzert. JMC LaFleur is the passing game coordinator. See, I had it reversed. Let's leave it there. We did good with Saleh. There you go, Terry Monroe. Good to see you. Jets fans seem very excited, and let's be. But in the same time, we have let this team grow instead of rushing the process this time. Give him 4 or 5 years. Well said. Well said, Demonic. Because that's the thing. We can't expect this guy to come in and bring us to the playoffs next year. That'd be great. All we want to see is improvement. We want the dirtbags to go. We want them out of the house. We want the dirtbags gone. You're a troublemaker? Leave. You're a lazy schlub? Leave. You're only here for the money? Goodbye. You want to come here and work your ass off to build, like Joe Douglas said, the best culture in all of sports? That's who we want. Now our coach epitomizes that. I'm really happy, guys. I really am. Take this from a 49er fan. You got a good one. If players don't buy in, they will be shipped out. It doesn't matter who they are. He is the best motivator I have ever seen on a football field. Green Mobster. So you're a 49er fan, buddy? Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate that. John Lynch is pissed. Think about that. We just took 2 of their young up-and-coming guys. 2 guys that were instrumental to their success. You know, I saw some people saying, well, this is going to suck because if we get a good offensive coordinator and he does something well, he's going to be poached. Guys, don't worry about that. What we really want to develop is a head coach who can identify talent and have a pipeline of coaches being groomed in your tree. That's what we want. Just like Joe Douglas with Chad Alexander and Rex Hogan. Hopefully they'll be poached too. That's what you want. You want your organization to be the one everybody wants coaches from because that means it's good. That means it's a good organization. It's a strong organization. It's a successful organization. Like that's what we want. So the Jets, all right, Gator's getting into something here. Let's see what he says. All of our best teams have been under a strong defensive-minded coaches. This roster, the 2000 Jets roster, was so underrated. It really was. You know what the problem with our 2015 roster was? Is that it was jam-packed full of choke artists. They were having a great year. But when the chips came down, Ryan Fitzpatrick, who has never been to a playoff game, was throwing to dominant Brandon Marshall, who'd never been to a playoff game. And when it came down to it, they couldn't get to a playoff game because they can't win that game. They can't do it. And that's what we saw. It's a shame. Let's see what else we got here. Do you think the hiring changes free agency opportunities for the Jets? I do. So think about this, Shadow Maniac. Think about this. Right, Thor, you can kiss my ass too. So, wait, hold on. What is that? Wait, Kaz Gibney, say that again. Ryan is taking the San Francisco opening. Who? Rex Ryan? Really? So anyway, let's talk about this. The Jets now have Joe Douglas, Phil Savage, Chad Alexander, and Rex Hogan running the place. Okay? We now have Robert Saleh, a very respected coach for his own reputation, with an offensive coordinator like LaFleur. Okay? We have the number 2 overall pick, and we have more cap money than everybody except I think it's the Browns, or maybe maybe 1 or 2 teams are above us. Okay? That's it. In a year when everybody's going to be scrambling to try to fit their rosters together, we're waiting. We're waiting to poach. That's what we're waiting for. This now becomes one of the more attractive places to come. Mark my words. And you're going to see it. Not that we want to build the team through free agency, but it's going to enable us to get some of the guys we want, whether that's Allen Robinson, whether it's Joe Thuney, whether it's Judon, or Yannick Ngakoue. Some of those guys, You know what I mean? We're going to be able to get some of those guys. We're probably not going to get all of them, but we're going to be one of the only teams that can pay people too. LaFleur is the passing game coordinator. Mike McDaniels is the run game coordinator. This loss hurts, but I'm happy for him and your fan base. You all deserve it. Right, I said that backwards before. But thank you, Green Mobster. We do appreciate you coming by and sharing some of that with us. Rockaway Archie, JD will be standing up at the podium talking to the press, hands out like Cyrus in the Warriors movie saying, JetNation, can you dig it? Yeah, I like that. That's good. If anybody doesn't know what he's talking about, go watch the original, The War. I don't think they made a remake, but The Warriors. Can you dig it? That's great. Right. Lynch should be and probably is proud of his guys. That's the thing, man. When you have a good head coach and you have a good front office staff, they want their team to be grooming the next batch of great, talented coaches. And if you have guys that are good at their job, number one, you just pay them really well so they stay around, right? But when you have a great head coach, he knows which guys to give coordinator positions to. And they start grooming them to learn the ropes on how to be great at their positions. So then their quarterback coach and their wide receivers and tight ends and running backs coaches are learning under them and the head coach. So when they leave, you pop up the quarterback coach. You pop up the tight ends coach. You know what I'm saying? And it just keeps going. Just like the Steelers and the Patriots. The Patriots lose coaches every year. What happens? You know, not their offensive coordinator because he's a fucking dirtbag. Nobody should ever hire McDaniels again. Let's see what we got here. Next step for Joe Douglas, trade out of 2. Free agency first. Right. You're funny, man. I know it's funny. I really am. I'm still convinced we should trade, but I don't know. I think we're going to take a quarterback, and I'm like 60% take a quarterback, 40% trade out right now. Even though in my mind I'm 100% trade out, but I'm trying to think intellectually. I'm happy we got the hire out of the way early in the offseason. We'll give Saleh time to get his ducks in line and make me feel better. Makes me feel better. We got the guy we've been eyeing from the beginning. Keep it down a little bit. I can't. It's okay.
I'll be keeping them away.
No, it's okay. It's okay for a little bit, please. I'm in trouble for yelling in the middle of the night. Everybody say you're sorry to my wife for my loud voice, please. Front load Darnold's contract. Well, that's the thing. You can let Darnold know we're not going to pick up. If you wanted to keep Darnold, you just let him know, look, we're not going to pick up your 5th-year option, but we'll give you less than that for a longer amount of time. We'll front load it with a bonus. And this way it becomes more realistic. You give him $12.5 a year for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And you give most of that up front or something like that. And then you can spread it out. This way it's less of a hit. Because he knows damn well he didn't earn it. You know what I mean? I'm worried about the staff he puts together before the combine. Now, I think it's going to be a great staff. I'm really hoping. I don't know how well he knows Aaron Glenn, but wouldn't that make you so happy if Aaron Glenn's natural progression brought him back to the Jets as our defensive coordinator? Wouldn't that be spectacular? Remember when Jamal Adams called the Jets ownership racist? Hires the first Muslim head coach in NFL history, smokes cigars. Well, this is the thing, the Jets. Look, the NFL. We don't have to talk about the great big problem that exists, right? And the Rooney Rule and the effect that it's had. It has had an impact, but not what they were hoping. But it has had an impact. But the Jets hired Herm Edwards before the Rooney Rule even existed. So the Jets have been slightly ahead of the curve. While I think the curve needs to come back. Needs to level out a little bit more. I think that the Jets have shown that they, at least as an organization, are not as bound as maybe some other organizations. We hired Herm Edwards 4 years or 5 years before the Rooney Rule went into effect. We hired Todd Bowles. One coach later, we hired the first Muslim coach in NFL history. So, it's good. And I think it should be that way, man. Come out to play. Yeah, I see you. I see you still on the Warriors. Got the head coach. Nice vision, leadership, accountability, presence, change of culture. Piddly poo, I love you. Robert Saleh low key looks like a Jack Xerxes from Free. Yes, he does. He's Xerxes. Hey, man, let's try to tag him with that nickname, Xerxes. What do you think? What do you guys think about that? Our head coach is Xerxes. Let's do it. Yeah, I know. You know what, MC, though? Here's the thing. MC brought up he's still on board with keeping Boyer as the special teams coach. Here's what I'll say. If Saleh wants him, that's fine. But me personally, I'm in the mood for a nice house cleaning. Let's scrub it. We don't know what energy Boyer still takes from the Bowles era, from the Gase era. If Saleh's like, I don't know who that guy is, I want to hire somebody else, let him. If he wants to keep him, that's fine. Xerxes, John Holton. Saleh loves Williams. You mean, wouldn't that be hilarious, Greg Williams? Is that who you're talking about? What's up, Christopher Decker? I see you, buddy. D'Amico Ryan would be nice. Sounds like he could be DC for the 49ers, though. D'Amico Ryan? Oh, I got you. Checked my phone in the middle of the night here in England and now can't get back to sleep. Happy days, gentlemen. Gareth Turnbull, I'm glad you took the moment to check in with us. How killer is that? Sorry you're awake all night. So what time? You guys are 6 hours back? So that would mean it's 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. over there? Is that what it is? Is that how it goes? Who was after Aaron Glenn, the Nickelback from A&M? Who was after Aaron Glenn? Wasn't that Marcus Coleman after Aaron Glenn? Right. K-Seth, you just nailed it. JD looks like an O-lineman. Saleh looks like a linebacker, the way it should be. Imagine that. Your football coaches looking like football men. Right? Now, granted, they have to be intelligent. They can't be brutes. They can't. They had this. The game has changed too much for that. But at the same time, I like it. I like my head coach to be ripped. I like the idea of that. I like him being in shape. Adam Gase looked like he never came out into the sun. Rex Ryan was so fat that he couldn't breathe and had to get the surgery, and then he was sucked as a thin coach. I don't know why. Todd Bowles was also very loose and goosey. So it's nice. These guys, you know, I like them being in shape. I like Xerxes. The wide nine. Oh, you think so, huh, Green Mobster? That'd be interesting. I don't know if this was answered already, but do you think Saleh sticks with the 3-4 defense like past coaches or starts at 4-3? I think he's going to go 4-3, and the truth is that our personnel is actually built more for a 4-3 than it is a 3-4. We have more defensive linemen that are quality than we do linebackers of quality. And that'd be real nice to get a defensive end like, well, I don't know. But it'd be nice to see a 4-3 and stiffen up that pass rush and then have linebackers that blitz, but have mean-ass linebackers like drafting Jabril Cox or somebody like that. Salad dressing. I like this Xerxes thing. I like it. Quinnen Williams is going to be great under Saleh. He's ready to pop. He's ready to pop, man. I know. I haven't been this hyped in a while either, Thor. Guys, we have suffered for long enough. We got a guy in General Manager Joe Douglas as an admiral of the ship. Saleh as the captains. Last 10 years of despair is over. Jets fans, we finally got what we deserve. I feel that way too, because we didn't just go for the guy, the Joe Brady. You know what I mean? We didn't just go for the hottest guy out there. Joe Douglas. And let me make no mistake, guys. This head coaching search might have started a week ago, but it started 6 months ago. They have been researching their guys. They know everything about these guys before they even brought them in. They're making it look a certain way. And I'm sure they did want to meet with them and talk to them and all those kinds of things, because you can't do that during the season. But I would bet they even did a little bit Just talk. They didn't bring up head coaching, but they talked. Defense needs a rework, so I wouldn't get your hopes up for a quarterback in the first round, people. Just saying, sometimes addition by subtraction is better, getting rid of Gase. Well, I agree, but I still think offense is going to be the way to go. We're going to have some defense. I foresee an edge rusher in the first 3 picks. That's what I see. They might want to go linebacker, though. Wouldn't that be nice? A nice fucking. Well, we got C.J. Mosley. Let me say this, and this is what my video is going to be about, I think, for JetNation. Hey, hold on. What do you guys think? How do you think C.J. Mosley feels about Saleh coming on, huh? You think he's finding the fire? You think C.J. Mosley's going to find his fire and want to come for a guy like Saleh? I bet one of the first calls he makes is, hey, C.J. Mosley, when can you meet for a cup of coffee and a little workout sesh? Let's go to the gym and drink some energy shakes. And I'll fucking squash you on the bench. See? That's what he's going to be able to do. He said, if I beat you in the gym, let's do a 225 bench contest. Head coach, middle linebacker. If I can beat you, you do everything I say. What do you think of that? Jamal Adams is such a turd, isn't he? Derek, I wonder what he's thinking about it too. He's going to say something like he wants everybody to be happy. He wishes us the best, blah, 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 blah. You know how he is. Zach Wilson is coming. You think so, Wayne Peoples? Let's see. Here comes Wayne Green Momsta, who's a 49ers fan. He's in the chat, everybody. We 49ers had the 5th-ranked defense, and we were literally missing half of our starters on the D all year. All of our big-time players aside from Fred Warner, and that's a great point. Now, you guys remember, we're Jets fans, Green Mobster, or Green Mobsta. The game that we were playing against you, Adam Gase was playing. He was in a shell. He was terrified of the 49ers defense. Everybody could see it. So Nick Bosa goes down, and the next play, I forget who it is, but another one of your best pass rushers goes down. 2 guys in 2 plays goes down. Does anybody remember what happened on the 3rd play? Their 2 best pass rushers went down on 2 consecutive plays. Tell me what happened on the next play. Anybody know? Let's see if you guys know. Solomon Thomas, that's who it was. Thank you. Remember what happened the next? I wanted to say, the only name I could think of was Quan Alexander. I don't know why that's sticking in my head. But so, you remember what happened on the next play, anybody? Sack. There it is. No, Garofalo, not those, but that happened in the same game, D. So the next play, they sacked Sam Darnold. Their 2 best pass rushers go down in 2 plays. The 3rd play, they sacked us. That's Robert Saleh. He didn't let his team get down and cry and whine and whimper. He fucking sent the heat. Defense stepped up. Exactly right. 64 and watching only 46 likes. Get it together. Hit the like button and subscribe if you have not already, along with that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit patriot cries. Oh, that's awesome, Holton. Yeah, look, if you guys get a chance, please like the video. Obviously, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate it. It'd be great. I make all kinds of videos, all kinds of times. And I was just about to start making my bedtime with green bean video, my late night vlog. But this is going to take precedence. I had to go live. The other thing is this is where my weekly podcast lives. This and wherever you get podcasts. But it's better if you watch it here because I'm very visual. I do a lot of visual stuff for you. Pretty soon, within the next few shows, I'm going to add all my characters. You'll see my characters come to life. Look at that. Oh, let me unplug this. My computer is going to die over here. It won't die, though. Let's see. There we go. Plug it in. Boom. Power. Solomon says, sack. Probably ran. Yeah, right. I know. Defense stepped up. We played spineless football that day. We did, man, against the Niners. It was, anybody could see it. We were playing scared. He was trying not to lose. You never win like that. And that was back when we still had a chance. Like, we still thought we could save the season. You know what I mean? And he played terrified. Sebastian Burgoyne says the Jets are ass. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Is that all you got to say? That's it? You do know if you're going to come here and troll us, we say worse things to ourselves than any troll has ever said. You know, we're untrollable, honestly. Also, do you think Saleh brings in a lot of 49er free agents like how Flores and Patricia brought in so many Patriots free agents? I think some are going to come, sure. I do. I don't know which ones. I don't even know which ones are free agents yet over it from San Francisco, but I think you can expect that, sure. Sherman with a nice quote. He's going to turn that culture around. Was that today, Jordan Ivey? Was that now? New York Jets hired the most minority coaches in NFL history. What a great thing. It's one thing we can be proud of, guys. Like, it just sucks to be bound by any of that stuff. You know what I mean? You just hire the fucking guy you like. Hire the guy you like. Hire the best candidate. And if he's black or Muslim, who cares? Right? And I'm glad that the Jets aren't bound by anything like that. It doesn't mean anything to me as far as restrictions. Should never be restricted by that shit. Where's Burgoyne? He's gone already? I know you can't troll us. It doesn't mean anything to us. Like I said, we say worse shit to each other. We're terrible to each other sometimes. I heard a rumor Jets were in talks for Watson. Yeah, I heard that too, Ultimate Wub. I did. Ultimate Wub, go to my YouTube page and watch the video Green Bean the Wise when I first brought it up. That wasn't because I heard a rumor. I was just talking. But you see how funny it is what they did to me on the Talking Jets panel. If you haven't seen it, Ultimate Wub, I think you'll like it. We have 40 free agents in San Francisco. Oh, you do? Who do you think? What do you think the defensive guys that Saleh would take with them, Mobster? When we get in Kittle, I know, right? Well, Kittle, he seems to be – the injuries really messed with him this year, man. He was out twice, right? He like re-aggravated it. Look at the New York market, the Mets, the Nets, and now the Jets. This is damn tidal wave of goodness. I'll take that, Shadow Maniac. Yeah. We are talking with the Texans. So here's the thing, Miles Hayford. Like I said, I think that if you're going to go for a guy like Watson, this year happens to be the year that you can get him for less than you could in other years. Now, the reasons being, the Texans have no first or second round picks. None. They happen to be about $20 million over the cap right now. The cap's going down. And they're in hot water. So they have nothing to build with. Nothing. Now, Watson's great. You want to keep a franchise quarterback, but it just so happens that he's bent out of shape about the organization and what they've done in the past 12 months. You know what I mean? So this is the year. If you're going to go for a guy like him, check it out now. I'm telling you, if we can get him for this year's second first and maybe a third, or Sam Darnold. It's great. Right? So you can get him for less than you normally would. Adam Schefter says he believes the Jets are sticking with Sam. Yeah, Adam Schefter. He believes. He doesn't watch as much Jets football as we do. I know the video I just made for JetNation it's going to be rough. They just were posting it, and we got the news. Manny Roman, what's up, buddy? Fire indeed. Jets don't have to trade for vet talent. They already have that with Mosley. They need to get younger and stronger and faster. Well, here's the thing, Demonic, is that you know how old Watson is? I wouldn't call him old. He's 25 years old. So like I said, the thing is, now, Demonic, you might know this. I think you're closer to my age. The best negotiating position that you can possibly be in any business any negotiation period, is when you're okay with both outcomes, right? The Texans want to start over. They want to have things to build with. They have to get under the cap. They have no picks. And they have a disgruntled quarterback who's pissed because they know they're going to waste the next 2 years of his career, period. So we're okay. We already have the second overall pick. We can take Fields. We could take Wilson. We could take Lance. We could trade back and get Mac Jones. We're fine. Or we have Sam Darnold. We don't even have to take a fucking quarterback. We have a quarterback on the roster who's here for 2 more years if we want him, and franchise and all that shit. And we can take a brand new freshie with the second pick in the draft. So we don't need Watson. If we're telling him we can give you some stuff for him, we'll give you Sam Darnold, we'll give you a first, and we'll give you a third. Because the good news with that is you can trade him a first and a third, because as soon as you do that, you trade out of 2. And you recoup that first and third, and you get all that back when you trade back. So it's free. You understand? This is how you do stuff. You can actually get Watson for free, essentially. You like that? That's what I'm talking about. You think Cashman is getting his resume in order? Maybe freshening up his LinkedIn? You mean Blake Glassman, that guy? I think so. They'll give him a shot. They'll let him suit up in the preseason. There's no reason to cut him yet. Right, Mobster, he's younger than Mahomes. Thank you, Mark Ferrero. I agree I am the man. Not in the same way you think. I'm just like the man of this house. That's all. But thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good night, D. Alexander. Glad you were here, buddy. I love your posts on JetNation. I'm a Green Bean fan. Alex, who are you on JetNation, buddy? Alexis Alvarez, who are you? Yeah, Shadow Maniac, I don't think we're going to concentrate more on defense. I think there was always going to be a balanced approach. You look at Joe Douglas's first draft, right? He had 9 picks, and 5 were offense. So he leaned offense. But without the quarterback pick, it was basically even. I know. Thor, the Bean Green Watch party's got it's funny. Dude, I know. Robert Saleh and Mike LaFleur. I'm really psyched. Watson would absolutely require giving up 2 additional picks. The Dolphins are reportedly interested in giving away 2 and 3 and more. Well, then they can have them. See, that's the thing, John O'Malley. It's like you can either, if they're willing to give the 3rd overall pick to Tagovailoa and another pick, then you don't touch that. You just don't. You take Fields, or you take Wilson, or you go with Sam. And you keep your 2 firsts. You know what I mean? You give him the late first, you give him a 3rd, you give him Sam Darnold. It can be argued that Sam Darnold is equal to or greater than Tua Tagovailoa. You can argue that. I don't know if I believe that, but you can argue it for sure. LaFleur was the same coach that had Nick Mullins and C.J. Beathard put up great numbers. We can work with Sam if we absolutely have to, or we could draft one. Either way, I love our position. Exactly, KT100. That's the thing. Like I said, whenever you're negotiating, the best place to negotiate from is when you're fine with either outcome. Hey, man, I'm willing to give you X, Y, and Z. Sure, I'd love to make that trade with you. Nah, we want this. Well, that's too rich for my blood. Well, then okay, see you later. It's that simple, and the Dolphins can have Watson. Now, you don't want to ever trade and give away your farm because somebody else is going to get him. You don't want to do that. That's not the proper thinking. I get it, but you don't want to negotiate from that point of view. Zach Wilson and LaFleur would be a thing of beauty. That's the thing. I think we're going to go new quarterback. That's what I think. And if it's Watson, great. If it's Wilson, great. If it's Fields, great. It's whoever these guys want. Joe Douglas, Chad Alexander, Phil Savage, Saleh, LaFleur. Let these guys, these are fucking football guys. We have football guys in the room. Our last defensive coordinator, with Bowles' defensive coordinator was his Dowell Loggins, Casey Rogers. The guy sucks. The guy's antiquated. He has no idea how to keep up with today's offenses. No idea. And that was evident in his press conferences and during his in-game calls. He was behind always. You look at our Dowell Loggins. Like, we haven't had, Gase is not a football guy, dude. He's a numbers guy. Just like Mike McCagnon, John Idzik, Mike Tannenbaum. These guys aren't even football guys. We have a football team to build with. It's the first time since Parcells, man. It's incredible. Rex Ryan was obviously a football guy, but his GM was not. He pretends to be, but he's not. Right. How much is Urban getting? Oh, that's interesting. I don't know. I don't know who's getting more. I think, you know what? I was thinking that too. When a couple hours ago, when I saw that the Jaguars inked Urban Meyer, I actually thought to myself, I wonder if it's like starting to motivate, like the engine's going, the coaches are getting hired. Because last year at this time, this many days after the end of the season, week 17, all the positions were filled already by now. So the fact that none were filled until today, it's kind of like, okay, we can still move slow. Everybody's still out there. And today, Urban Meyer went, and I thought to myself, I wonder if the Jets are going to hurry up now, or if they're going to wait to interview Dable. You know what I mean? But I don't know if that did it, but it's interesting that Urban Meyer got hired, and then a couple hours later, Robert Saleh gets hired. Yeah, I agree, Ultimate Wub. We can be a contender. Wilson locks on the receivers and never faces pressure. He's unproven. Well, and that's the thing. Now, the good news, Thor, you leaving? Going to do a mock take care of the wife and then hits. Yeah, all right, Thor, thanks for stopping by, buddy. John Holton, general manager, Joe is disciplined. Nobody in this league will get the better of him in any trade deal. Not going to happen. I agree. And we've seen it, dude. Jets mess. Nah, you're good, buddy. Don't you worry about being late. LaFleur was wanted by his brother as offensive coordinator in Green Bay, and his bro is a beast of a coach. I like it. Well, his brother has Aaron Rodgers, so let's not forget that. It's a good place to start. I think he's basically letting Aaron Rodgers run the team, the offense. I tried to take away from him being a good coach, but you know what I'm saying. This group's perfect year is if we now draft Filelli and Dicker. That's right. Terry, that's awesome. We got to get Cameron Dicker, the Texas kicker. That's right. Yeah, well, Green Mobster, I think it actually is something like that. Clearly, you're not into the Jets like we're into the Jets, but it's something like that. Like it took Joe Douglas a pretty long time, 2 weeks to sign his contract, and he left, and he ended up getting 6 years. He basically said, like, I'm not going to come there and play these stupid games with you guys. I'm either the GM or I'm not. So he's got the decision. It's all in his contract. Thoughts on the Jets taking Devontae Smith at number 2 and then trading 23 in a later pick to trade up for 14 for Mac Jones. I don't think Mac Jones is going at 14. I think Mac Jones is going to be a later first round pick. I got to look at which teams and all that. Like, I didn't dig into it that like in that respect yet, to where I know whoever, not know, but if you look at my last year's full first round mock, I did pretty well, man. I got like 5 or 6 actual players right, or 5, I think. And then the positions, I got half the board right. So I did okay. So once I dig into that stuff, I'll be able to tell you where I think Mac Jones is going to go, but I think he probably will be a first, but I feel like it's going to be later. Trey Lance might, I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. It's going to be interesting. I'm really looking forward to the combine too. You know, I'm hearing a rumor that Jags picking Devontae and maybe a quarterback later so we could get Trevor. And that's why you don't trade out of two for any reason at all until you're up. You wait, you keep number 2 until you know exactly what the Jaguars do. You don't trade it. Unless somebody's like, I'll give you 6 firsts, 5 2s, 4 3s, and my wife. You go, all right. I'll do it. You know what I mean? You stay at 2. I don't think that's happening, though. Just want you to know that. Pump of Wall Street could be, I don't know. Does this mean we go defense with our second first-round pick? It could very well mean that. Like I said, I think we're going defense with one of the first 3 picks anyway. I think we're grabbing an edge rusher. Robert Saleh, if you look at what they do in San Francisco, dude, they got a pass rush, my man. They took Nick Bosa number 2 overall. Granted, they had Jimmy Garoppolo. He was injured the year before. So that was a chance. There were cries for them to take a quarterback. The problem is that class wasn't very strong. It was Haskins and Jones and all those guys. Oh yeah, Dallas Glenn. Good question. I mean, how is Saleh going to use Quinnen Williams? He still runs that Seattle scheme, doesn't he? Well, the thing is, Saleh likes a 4-3. So what that does is it gets Quinnen away from more double teams, okay? So, and you're going to have, if you have legitimate edge rushers, then they can't devote the center and the guard on Quinnen. You know what I mean? They're going to have to go to the outside and all that. If I actually think a 4-3 is made for Quinnen Williams. I think he's going to use them smartly. I think he's going to be a fucking beast, man. Because Quinnen Williams is developing nicely. Greg Williams did a very good job with him, as did Andre Carter. They did a good job with Quinnen Williams. You can't say that for every position on the team. But our defensive line was stout. We took a bunch of 6th-round picks and undrafted free agents in addition to Quinnen Williams. And we made them the best, top 3 run D in the league for 2 years, really. So I think Quinnen Williams is on the upward swing, and Saleh's perfect. I can't wait to find out who his defensive coordinator is. I hope it's Aaron Glenn or Chris Richard. That's what I hope. Miles Hayford, thanks for stopping by, buddy. Patrick Jones at 34. KSF, you are speaking my language, buddy. I told my wife at the beginning of the year when Gase goes, I fucking love the head coach from the 49ers. Until I researched the guy, I thought Saleh was the head coach. That's fantastic. I love this pick. Now I trust Douglas. Good for you, Lamar Young. That's awesome. I know, Ray, I do agree with you. I think the Jags are taking Trevor Lawrence. Now, a lot can happen, and I do think Urban Meyer a little bit, there's a little bit, but I don't think there's any chance in hell that Trevor Lawrence isn't going 1 overall. I would be blown away. But to a lesser degree, Sam Darnold was supposed to go 1st overall. Baker Mayfield did. And to a lesser degree, Teddy Bridgewater was supposed to be the first quarterback taken in that draft. And the Jags took Blake Bortles first. He was the first quarterback off the board at 3, I think it was. Can't wait for free agency. Me too. Wilson or Fields, if I had to do it today, I would probably go with Wilson. And that comes from, I haven't really attached myself to running quarterbacks yet. Mobile is good, but I don't like the guys who get 50 to 100 yards a game rushing. I just don't. I like pocket passers. I like scanning the field. I like 2nd, 3rd, and 4th reads. That's what I like. I don't like guys that as soon as their first read is done, they take off. I just don't like it. They don't last long in the league so far. I know, Jets take flight. Let's go, buddy. It's good to see you here. Justin Ross is going to be maybe a 3rd to 5th round pick. He's going to squeak all the way back there, and we're going to grab him or Amari Rodgers. That's what I think. I blasted We Are the Champions by Queen. Good for you, V, man. That's the right song, buddy. That is the right song, man. Don't be surprised if y'all go edge rusher with the second pick. Yeah, Matthew Navarro. I swear to God, I think that's what it's going to be. It's not going to be cornerback. Like, I do believe D is going to be one of the first 3 picks. And I don't think it's quarterback. Now, if somebody like Caleb Farley or Patrick Surtain Jr. slide down to 23, you might not be able to ignore it. But I think it's going to be Patrick Jones, Basham, or maybe even Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson's probably a little bit later, but dude, the guy's a monster. You guys haven't looked at Aiden Hutchinson yet. Take a look. You're going to like him. West Coast, let's see. We're looking nice to free agents right now. Yeah, I agree, Jordan. This guy's legit. And that's the thing. You don't want to, like, this is what I didn't like about Arthur Smith or Joe Brady or even the defensive coordinator from the Rams. And you know, it's like you don't want guys that a lot of people, like, it's possible that they don't know them, respect them. They haven't done much. They haven't been around. Who? Oh, the guy who Carolina signed last year. He's their head coach. Like, you don't want that. Like, Saleh's reputation is unquestioned. He's got a stellar reputation. And that's what you want. He's a badass. He's a badass that's going to be the head coach. That's what we're shooting for. He's not running the D. He knows how to run a D, clearly. He's not running the O. LaFleur's running the O. And he's going to be the head coach. Think about this. Within the first half hour of Saleh signing, he already did what Gase didn't do, and that's hire an offensive coordinator. We haven't had an offensive coordinator in 2 years. We haven't had a quarterbacks coach in 2 years. Oh, is he going back? Justin Ross is going back? Maybe good because he didn't play. So, hey, I take back what I said about getting them between the 3rd and 5th. Okay? Ryan, why do you think that signing Fields is out of the question now? Talk about it. I know he has 6 different teams looking at him, but we were talking about free agent, Eagle Fang. The free agent players. I'm just going to tell you, we can think whatever we want about anything we want, of course, but I don't think Arthur Smith has the same clout as a guy like Saleh or a guy like Dable. I just don't. I could be wrong. I just don't see it. Just like Joe Brady, too. Don't forget, Arthur Smith has been on one team 90% of his NFL career. All right? He was a positional coach. He coached tight ends. He was a defensive quality control coach before he went to offense. So he's been on one team his whole career for essentially. He's only been the offensive coordinator for 2 years, and they were bounced in their first game out of the playoffs. Now, that's not all his fault. But, you know, who's looking? Who do you think is going to go to the shitty Jets because of Arthur Smith? I don't think he moves the needle. Like I said, I could be wrong. I just don't see it. That doesn't mean he's not going to be a good head coach. I want to make sure that I say that. Hutchinson does look legit, Donald Rock. I'm telling you. He's a beast. He never stops. That's what I like. I like guys with endless motors. They have to, we got to blow the whistle in their face. Green Bean, who got no juice? Who? Arthur Smith? Who's got no juice? I think this signing means Fields out of. I don't know why you said that. Let me see if you just got to keep Watson out of our division. Yeah. Isn't that some shit? Could you imagine, like, if the Dolphins give up more than us and they get him and now we got him in the damn division? But the way to beat that, the way to not be the team concerned about what the other teams are doing is to just be good. Dominate the trenches and get talent at the skill positions. That's all you have to do. And your coach has to be smarter than their coach. You know, I mean, it's a lot. But I want to get to a point where we stop worrying about what the other teams are doing. Oh, shit, they got this guy. I don't want to cut him because the Pats will get him. What's up, Mike G? Mike G? You know what I mean? Like, I just want to be good. I want to know that when we play, it doesn't matter who we play, we're going to kick their ass. Our offensive line is going to maul their defensive line and push them around. Our defensive line is going to overwhelm their offensive line. Our linebackers are going to run in and crush their quarterback. That's what I want. That's what I want. And if it's Watson that gets crushed, so be it. Jets take flight. Yeah, dude, I appreciate it. Thank you. Amen. Let's see. Scheme fit definitely leans towards Wilson, maybe even keeping Sam. Well, that's possible. Look, I want to tell you something right now, and I'll make sure that this is very clear. I believe the Jets should move on from Sam Darnold only because I feel like the poor guy needs a year as a reserve. He needs a year as the second quarterback or even third. He needs a year just to take the stress and the lights off of him and let him develop. Let him work with the quarterback coach every day. Work on his mechanics. Learn an offense before. You don't want to learn your offense, your third offense in 4 years out on the field against competition. Let him calm down. And I just don't believe that that can happen here with a new head coach. You know? So, but if they decide to keep him, like LaFleur says, no, I want Sam Darnold. That's the guy I want. When they were talking about trading him to the Niners, that's because I wanted him. You know what I mean? That kind of a thing. Then that's great. I wouldn't be against it because then we could do all sorts of fun stuff with our picks. You know how I am with picks. Congrats to them from Richard Sherman. The Jets got a great one. I want to dominate this division. How about them Jets? Yeah, me too. That's what I want. I don't want to be afraid of their guys. I want them to be afraid of our guys. You know what I mean? Yeah, right. Okay, Joe Corsello, I see what you're saying. And I agree. Dable might, because Dable's been on like 5 different teams. He's been an offensive coordinator for 3. You know what I mean? I think he knows a lot of dudes. He's well-traveled. Worked for some of the great coaches. Like, you know, Arthur Smith has been sitting in Tennessee his whole career for 2 fired head coaches. You know? Again, not his fault, but it's different. Come on. Let me see. Where's my vape? So, guys, we got a lot of new guys in here. Use one word. What's the one word that you would like to use to describe this hiring? What is it? What's the one word? What's my Twitter, Alex Higgins? Being the Jets fan. Being the Jets fan. I put green being the Jets fan, and Twitter's weird. They just change it on you. You know, I'm like, that's not what I wanted. I'd rather be green the Jets fan 1 or green bean, but it's being the Jets fan. Hope, championship, dope, ecstatic, home run, relief. That's fantastic. Solid. How about them Jets? Brilliant, Oriental, inspiring, Braden Bethwaite. What's up, Braden? Cataclysmic. Talk about that. What are you thinking, buddy? Hopeful, frustrated. Todd Sill, why are you frustrated? Donald Rock, ecstatic. Ryan Mondo, hopeful, right? Kasef, tough. Yeah, I agree. Mike G, beast. Prestige shotgun, amazed. Strickland pulled that comment quick. He said something bad, everybody. Fresh air from Jets mess. Jeff Seawald, orgasm. Joe Corsello, assassin. Strickland, competence. Very good word. Steve Rose, Belichick, Flores, McDermott, Saleh, 4 great coaches and 3 bald coaches. I know we got to. Well, you know what's funny is that when Belichick goes bald, it's because he's gonna be because he's old. We are back, Green Machine. Right, I agree. Yeah, why is Todd still not happy? Talk to us, Todd. He's frustrated. And Braden says cataclysmic. Guys, you got to talk to us. We're your friends. Let's talk about it. Smiling, relieved, happy. Jets, Mets, Nets from Lamar Young. Thankful. That's another good one right there. He sucks. Yeah, no, I just can't spell. What's that? Which one did you do, Strickland? Oh, I got it. Okay, I see. That's why you pulled it. Wanted the Jets to make a play for Sean Payton. Yeah, I don't think that was ever real. That would be a good play. I'll give you that. Hey, how do you think? You guys heard me talking about Greg Roman for the past 3 or 4 months. Greg Roman, what happened? We didn't even bring him in. We didn't even bring in the Ravens coaches. Isn't that funny? All these beat reporters talk about their inside words. A word is that Joe Douglas really likes the Ravens defensive coordinator, Wink Martindale. He's really close to Greg Roman and Doug Peterson. They don't know shit. They lie about their sources and they don't know a thing half the time. Obviously, they know sometimes, but most of this stuff, they don't know. Accountability, good one. Prodigious. Ooh. Todd is a curmudgeon. Is he, Alexander? Make the play for sure. Nah, yeah, I don't know if he's a curmudgeon. I just think he's, he had it just like me. I was disappointed when I saw that Greg Roman wasn't even on the list. When Matt Campbell decided to stay at Iowa State, I felt the same way. I'm like, here we go. We're going to hire Joe Brady. We're going to hire a first-time kid who's never done anything, and we're going to squash him because we're the Jets. See, I like this guy because I feel like he's unsquashable. He's not getting squashed by us. He might end up not working, which is not going to happen. But we're not going to squash that man. Fuck Jamal Adams. There you go. I'm with you. Instant credibility from Steve Rose. Accountability is a good one. Intimidating KSF. Very nice. Very nice. Can't wait for his first press conference. We'll expose Gay's clownliness. We finally have someone to be proud of. I know. Can you imagine? Dude, can I tell you guys a story? When we hired Gase last year, number one, as soon as I heard it, I was mind-numbingly disappointed. But the next day or so when they did the press conference, I was watching the press conference on my computer, and my wife came in. I said, hey, take a look at my new head coach. And he was doing the eye freakazoid thing. And my wife literally just said to me, she put her hand on my shoulder and said, I'm so sorry, Kyle. Like, that's my wife, because she knows. She looked at that guy within 10 seconds. She went, oh, my God. Oh, my God. What is happening? I'm so sorry. She knew we're in for a couple years of bullshit now. My thoughts, I hope he does not come in with the gay side. Yeah, that's it, dude. I can't wait for the press conference. Right there, we're going to know the difference. Oh, Braden, I absolutely love it, man. And LaFleur, too. So excited for the future. Okay, you were just razzing us, as they say. I know, right, Alexander? I would have liked Roman, but I'm happy. Don't get me wrong. But I was very surprised and disappointed that he didn't even get a call. Maybe he just told Joe, look, dude, I don't want to do that right now. I don't know. About making shit up like all the Jets beat reporters. That's right, Steve Rose. He can play the O-line if we need him. That's exactly right, Holton. We want teams to be afraid of us. My wife, Terry, is from Baltimore. My wife is a Baltimore Ravens fan, appropriately. It's funny, when my kid was born, my son, when he first started, 2, 3 years old, 4 years old, I really tried to make him a Ravens fan because I love him. I didn't want him to do this to himself. He wouldn't have it. He had green in his blood from the word go. We even bought him some Ravens onesies and shit. I got pictures of him in Ravens stuff. But the problem was when he was 4 years old was the Rex Ryan years, and it was so exciting. And I was a part of the South Florida Jets fan club, and there'd be like 200 Jet fans in this place, in this bar. And we had raffles and horns and chants, and we had all the TVs with Jets. The whole place was Jets. They didn't even show any other games half the time. So the kid got sucked up. So now he's a diehard Jets fan, just like us. But I tried. But my wife's a Baltimore Ravens fan. Lucky her. So it's funny, like every what the fuck, man? Every year after the Jets are out of it, we root for the Ravens. I don't. I root for her, but I don't really root for the Ravens. I can't. I don't know how to. Only if it's going to hurt the Pats or something. I do, though. I think I root for the Ravens as closely as I can root for any other team not named the Jets. Let's see. Have a good night, Mobster. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Thank you for subbing. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. I really appreciate your insight, too. Everybody, thank Mobster. He's a 49ers fan that came over to hang out with us for a little while. Thank you. Have a good night. Wasn't Ryan saying the other day Lamar was upset when his coaches were looking for jobs last year? Yeah, that was a little report that came out. I mean, tell them fuck off. We weren't looking for jobs. We were being interviewed for jobs. They weren't looking for jobs. It's different. Lamar Jackson. Who do you think you are, buddy? I hope not, Big Frank. I don't want Garoppolo. I don't. I really don't. I don't want him. But it's possible, I suppose. I need your unbiased opinion from Levi Watts. This is a great hire, but he very well could be the fourth best coach in the division. Do you agree, or do you think he will be better? Well, in truth, we don't know him yet, right? And we don't know what it's going to look like. But I think what we really want to impress upon everybody is that we have a guy with as much potential as anybody we've had in here in a very long time. He's very well respected. He knows the game of football. He knows everybody around the league. He's going to build a very top-tier staff, and he's going to be a head coach. He's not going to be ignoring the offense when they're on the field so he can run defensive plays like Rex Ryan and Todd Bowles. He's not going to be sitting on the other side of the bench. Sam Darnold just had a terrible series, up in 3, down in 3. He's sitting on the bench alone over there, and Adam Gase is on this side of the bench, literally writing in a notepad, alone. So that's what I can say. My hope is that he's the best head coach in the division, but we don't know yet. But I think we do have some good coaches this time. I'm not sold on Flores. I will say I'm very impressed with the turnaround. But as a game managing coach, I don't know yet. I think he's better than anything the Dolphins have had in a long time. I'll tell you that. Good night, Joe. Thank you, sir. No Garoppolo. I agree. Will Saleh do WWF? I think he might, Seawald. I think he might. Our defense with C.J. Mosley, Marcus May, Quinnen Williams, Brian Poole, and Matt Judon, right? And Jabril Cox and Charles Snowden and Patrick Jones. You know what I mean? All right, Alex. I think it's about time, guys. I thank you. Yeah, thanks for coming by, guys. But I think it's about time. Imagine if LaFleur turns James Morgan into the Frank. Can you imagine that's the real plan, Strickland? Don't beat up on Morgan yet. Well, that's the thing. We don't know. But I like how Joe Douglas didn't even let him play last year because we have no development. We have no quarterback coach or offensive coordinator. Who's supposed to be developing this kid? He needs development. He's not a starting guy. Came from FIU, and he didn't even light it up down there. It's a USA conference, guys. You know? Jim from NYC, great night to you. That's awesome. Renewing our tickets. Let's show the Jets we can buy hats now. Let's buy, if you were holding out buying some Jet stuff, let's do it now. Let's let them know we are happy you fired Gase. We are happy you hired Robert Saleh. We are happy you hired LaFleur as the offensive coordinator. I'll buy a hat. Let's see what else you do. I'll buy an official jersey. But guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. I sincerely appreciate you all coming. I'm excited. I'm as excited as you guys are. I'm going to make another vid as soon as we hang up, send it over to JetNation. But I couldn't be happier. We did it. Joe Douglas has proven again he's a real GM. He got a football guy. He got a very well-respected football guy that the Niners didn't want to lose. Met him twice. Let him go meet with some other people, met Arthur Smith, and once they met Arthur Smith, said, yeah, this is a whole different level. Let's get the guy we want. And they did it. I love it. I'm happy. You guys have a great night. I'll be sending you some new content very, very soon. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. It's very important to me. Obviously, as I try to build this thing, it's the most important thing you can do. But I appreciate you just being here. If that's all you know how to do, you're 78 years old and that's it. I appreciate that just as much as the sub. But the sub helps me more. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody. I sincerely love you. Have a good night, guys. That's right, Armin. One more thing. Armin, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to do our Monday night mock, assuming, with Saleh in mind. We'll figure it out. It's going to be great. Good night, guys.